Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather, and on this channel I talk about books, social justice, and politics. I didn't film an intro for any of my videos, so here's future me popping in to say hello, and now we'll jump over to past me. All right. Good morning. Actually, it's not morning at all. It's 12:59 p.m. I spent my morning reading news articles about Ukraine, so my morning got a very late start. Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. I just made some coffee and I'm going to do some reading. I just did the dishes, I just did some work, and now I'm gonna take some time and try and get through Fantasy Island by Ed Morales. I'm at page 41, I think, and I want to at least finish the first chapter, which is page 50. I really want to try and get through this in the next couple of days so that I can start some of my other books. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dishwasher. It is giving the performance of its life. It loves to make a beat. So hopefully that is not too loud where you can't hear the audio. So I will see you in a bit. Hi. So I just finished the first chapter. I come across this a lot actually in a lot of writings about Puerto Rico, is referring to the US as the mainland, and my initial reaction to that is I don't like it. I think, especially when we're talking about colonialism and then we refer to the US as the mainland, like, I guess further validates the colonial status, but in a way that feels like we're centering the US in a conversation where maybe we shouldn't be. I mean, I can understand why people would do it, why they would call the US the mainland, because Puerto Rico is a US colony. It is a nation that doesn't have its own autonomy, but I think because of that, it shouldn't, like, the US shouldn't be considered the mainland. To be decolonial when talking about it, we would need to not use that language. I think centering Puerto Rico when talking about the issue of colonialism is the way to go. It doesn't recognize Puerto Rico as its own nation. It just doesn't feel progressive. It doesn't feel decolonial in the language that we're using to discuss Puerto Rico. So I've been reading for a couple hours, and one of the interesting things that I've learned that I didn't know before was that the first Puerto Rican governor, Luis Munoz Marin, he ushered in Puerto Rico's Commonwealth status, and I knew that, but I did not know that it was under the guise of preparing Puerto Rico for independence in the future. I knew that he was kind of ushered in to quell the nationalist movement and the violence that was happening, because Puerto Ricans wanted independence, and he was kind of like a US puppet governor. But I didn't know that the ultimate goal was independence. I don't think it was the actual goal. I think it was just to, like, make people compromise and see it as an alternative to independence. So I just thought that that was really interesting. And now I'm off to my local mutual aid organization's meeting, so I will talk to you later. I just called my library because I wanted to see what kind of identification was needed to get a library card, and they just had a main menu that was not helpful at all. There was no way to speak to someone at the front desk or any librarians, so I guess I will just go down there later and find out. I don't even know what to bring. Maybe I'll just print a copy of my lease and we'll see how it goes. So I'm off to the library. Hopefully I will get a library card and then I will be able to access audiobooks. So exciting. Take a look. Good morning, good morning. Today it is Thursday, March 3rd, and I am no closer to finishing Fantasy Island. Kind of decided maybe to just move on because I think if I stay not reading it, I won't ever finish. So, change of plans. I'm going to take a look at my TBR, see what I want to read, and I think I'm going to try and focus in some books for Women's History Month, some books by women of color and queer women. So that's the plan right now. Also, I want to give an update on last night. I got a library card covering up the name of my library, but I'm so excited to use it. I downloaded the Libby app like a couple minutes after getting it. And I have a couple audiobooks lined up, so I'm really excited about that. I think that's it for now. I'm gonna go film a couple videos just to get them out of the way because I'm gonna be busy the next couple weeks. I'm starting a new job, so that's the plan right now. A new book to read, audiobooks on the library, and filming videos. So let's go do that. Hello. So I have filmed some videos. I had some lunch. I also want to show you something. I finished my puzzle this morning. It's only taken me like 3 weeks. That middle part was so freaking hard because like everything is the same shade of like blue or purple. It's the first puzzle I think I've ever done outside of like childhood. I had a little bit of help, but I'm just so proud of it. So proud. It looks so pretty. Look at it. Ah. Oh my god. Just want to stare at it. So there are a couple books that I'm thinking about reading this month. All of them will be in my book haul at the end of March. But I think I'm going to read either Conturas or Abolition Feminism Now, which I'm kind of hesitant on because I'm not finishing Fantasy Island and that's nonfiction. Abolition Feminism Now is nonfiction and I really struggle with finishing nonfiction. So thinking maybe doing a fiction. Oh, I'm such a liar. I'm thinking now there's another book I might want to read. This one I just got in. Look how cute that little curl is. This one I just got in the other day. The Country Under My Skin. I think this one might be next. I really want to read. Oh my god, the text is so tiny. Oh my god. Can you see that? It's so tiny. Oh, there are pictures in here. Wow. So, I think this might be my next book, or Conturas, or also, oh my god, there's so many books I want to read next, I don't know where to start. Can't even make a decision just for the purpose of this video. So you know what, let's just commit to this one, and then maybe Before We Are Free by Julia Alvarez, that might be next. We'll see what my mood is after this one. Good morning, it is Friday, March 4th. And I'm realizing that this is not much of a reading vlog because I have barely read this week. Yeah, so it's just been, I guess, a fun little vlog of the little things that I did this week. What am I doing today? You know what, maybe I'll try to read today. Maybe I'll try and fit that into my to-do list. I have a couple things to do before I'm hired next week for my new job. So I will do those things to make sure I can get paid. And then maybe I'll read. Okay, so now I'm going to make some coffee and then get a start on my to-do list. So I will see you in a bit. It's not a new day, it's still Friday. A couple like costume changes today. I had to take a photo for my new work ID, so that's why my hair is slicked back. It is 4 o'clock. I've just been reading for about 40 minutes, and I started The Country Under My Skin, and it is so good so far. I was a little intimidated by the small text, but it almost feels intimate, like in the same way that like you have to lean closer to someone when they're whispering. So right now I'm prepping dinner. I'm gonna do stir-fried rice and some chicken. I wanted to include carrots, but my carrots have been in the fridge for like 4 weeks. I think that's it. I think it's just going to be, you know, prepping dinner and reading for the rest of the night. So I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with the decision on the book that I made. I'm glad I stopped reading Fantasy Island because that would have taken me a really, really long time to get through. I think I just would have felt stressed about reading rather than enjoying it. So I think I'll try and read a little bit of Fantasy Island as I go. Like, you know, the next couple of weeks, just take it maybe like 10 pages at a time. It was just so heavy with like political and economic commentary and information. There was just a lot to digest at a time. So like reading a whole bunch of that at once for me was not ever going to be productive. I was talking to my dad last night about how nonfiction takes me so long to get through. He asked me to tell him more about what kind of nonfiction I read, and he was like, those all sound like articles I would read online, but I don't know if I'd read a whole book. I was like, wait a second. Maybe that's why I have such a hard time getting through it. So I just thought that was funny that he said that, because I was like, oh yeah, I read articles about all the nonfiction books that I read all the time, but put it in book form and I take so long to do it. I sort of had like a weird little epiphany last night over that. So I think this is going to be the end of my vlog. I'm probably going to spend the rest of my night reading This Country Under My Skin and enjoying my dinner and some time with my partner. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. You can subscribe, turn on the notifications bell to know when I drop more content, which is usually every Saturday morning. So again, my name is Heather. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.